Okay, so for this video, I wanted to show my brand spanking new enemy model. I've spent some time just getting this guy into the game and working, and you know, everything that goes along with that. So I actually just wanted to show the high poly, and that uh, I think it turned out really nice. It's a model that was done for me by my friend Carlos, and he actually offered me early on. He offered to help me out if I needed anything, and I decided that modeling these high poly enemies is just it's just so much work, and I've got so much other stuff to do that it's just gonna be too much. And it's something that can be separated out pretty easily, and it's something he can take kind of ownership on, and it's not uh, something that gets touched by anybody else. It's the even though I end up doing the low poly stuff myself, the high poly is his, and I think it was really cool. So the idea was obviously mummies, right? So I really early on decided that I'm not going to be able to do really good AI or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to go with zombies. And I, I didn't want to also do zombies. And what's the next best thing? It's it's pretty much mummies, which I call Egyptian zombies. um, so yeah, so this is the high poly, and I mean it's uh, really nicely detailed, and probably more so than what's ultimately needed for a character that's going to be kind of that big, but really cool. Um, so like I mentioned, I do the low polys myself, and I again I try and just keep it pretty low. So that's pretty much what I do for the low poly there. So and he's got a sword. I mean, I kind of got the sword for free there. I didn't really ask Carlos for any weapons, and he threw it in there, and it looked so cool. Ultimately, uh, I tried to find a way to implement it nicely into the game, and I got it working really nicely. So when you kill the guy, the sword will fall down and all that kind of stuff, which I'll show in a later video. But I just wanted to show this high poly model, and then so this is the in-game version. It's got the currently it's not textured. Color's also working on that for me. So um, I just rendered out a ambient occlusion pass on that, which I use for the diffuse. And obviously I've got the normal map on that. And this animation will probably come out a little bit choppy in this video, but anyway, it's rig animated. I've got all the major animations I need. He's already implemented into the game, and yeah. So for the rig, I stuck with the same method as I also used on the Ninja, which is pretty much based on the method that Epic used for their stuff for Unreal Tournament, which I thought was a really cool way. I mean, I've always done my own rigs, and I've never been a really huge fan of biped, but it has its uses, I'll say. And the best of which is very robust animation sharing, between rigs and things like that. So, and the reason why ultimately I used biped up front is because it is just plain the hardest of the rigs that you can use in Max to resize based on another rig. So if you did your base rig as biped, and then you can resize any other rig to that instead, it's going to make your life like 20 times easier. So that's that, and I'll just show it quick in in the UDK here. It's pretty much the same thing. I mean, it's just the again same, just the diffuse and normal map, and throw an animation on there. It's animated, so it doesn't have a lot of animations, but you know, it's all the animations I needed to actually get him working fairly well. So that's the enemy model, and I really just wanted to show it because it came out so cool. I mean, I basically just asked Carlos that I wanted to do mummies, and I basically wanted two versions. One was just a normal mummy that you would expect, like from you know, Egypt style mummy, and the other was like a soldier mummy, and you know, this is what he came up with, and it was really cool. And I'll just quickly jump over to, you know, give him a plug. This is his site, so it's Carlos Villela blogspot. Probably really worth checking it out, and you know, he's a really good modeler. So yeah, check it out if you can. And yeah, so that's it for this video, and then the next one I'm gonna just show the Kismet and, you know, usual kind of stuff that I had to do to get these guys working for me.